Welcome to Collecting Chaos and the Eternal Mylite Project. Here are the 3 comics that I picked for possible cover of the week. We'll get to that a little bit later. I have a few more than 30 comics this morning, all independent. I think some of them are kind of neat. If you want to see what they are, don't go away. Let's get started. We're going to start with Mystic Edge #1. This is from Ryan Kennard, and it's in a manga style. Got big robots and scantily-clad girls. Kind of neat. This came out in, don't know when it came out, 1998 from Antarctic Press. October 1998 is the cover date. Next we have from Dark Horse Comics, Doc Stern, Mr. Monster #3, Wedding Bells. And this one was from June of 1988. Pretty neat comic. I liked it. I like the Mr. Monster series. I need to find all of them and put them all together so I know what I have. From Dark Horse, here's a Monkey Man and O'Brien special. And this is from 1996. And unlike many of the Dark Horse comics, this one was in color. And I have Monkey Man and O'Brien #3 of 3. So this was a limited series, and I never got 1 or 2. So I haven't read this. September 1966, or 1996, excuse me. There's Mr. T and the T-Force #3. Mike Barron. For those of you that like Norm Breyfogel's art, this might be something you might want to look up and try to find. And this was published in 1993 from Now Comics. And here's #2 of that, and this one has a Neil Adams cover, and I think Neil Adams did the interior art. Yes, he did. Again, from Now Comics. And they came with trading cards, but I don't know where those are. I've got them somewhere. Eventually I'll marry them back up with the comic. Here's Ms. Cyanide into Ice #0 from Blackout Comics. Published in 1995. In color, which I imagine that cost the independent companies quite a bit of money. And Ms. Cyanide and Ice #1, and I have 2 of those. From Renegade Press, this is Murder #2, and it is from 1986. Murder #2, Robin Snyder's Revolver #11, September 1986. So it has a dual number. And it's got some neat artwork in it. And here's Mutant Chronicles, Golgotha. This is part 1 of 4. It has a game card in it. And it came out, I don't know when. I don't remember. I do know that it's still in the original plastic sleeve. I may remove it from the plastic and just keep the game card with it. From Dark Horse, here's Mist, the Book of Black Ships, number 1. It was a 4-part miniseries from 1997. Mythos number 2. This was done by Wonder Comics. Let's see, from April 1987. Trying to see if it says who does the art. It's a developing artist. They weren't probably ready for publication yet. Written and drawn by Nils Osmar. Inked and embellished by Robin Leifberg. Don't know if those people ever went anywhere or not. Kind of neat. Here's Negative Burn. This is issue number, I don't know. Volume 1, number 7. Now, of course it has this 99-cent sticker on it. It's the way it was shipped from Caliber Press, with a 99-cent sticker on it. Several of them were done that way. It was a promotion thing from them, I believe. And this one needs a press pretty bad. Got some water wrinkling, but that'll come right out with the press. And this is from 1994. Caliber Press. Here's Negative Burn number 23. And this has a lot of good artists in it. This is one of those series that one of these days I'm going to track down a whole set of them because I really liked it. Negative Burn number 36. Jim Alexander Danberger, Brian Bolland, Brian Klopper, Storn Cook, Jeff DeMaos, Paul Frick, Scott Gillis, Mark Laliberty, Mike Leonard, James Lyle, Jim Mufford. I mean, it has a lot of good artists and writers in it. For those of you that are Brian Bolland fans, this is something you might want to pick up because starting with page 13, this is Brian Bolland. I mean, we're all used to his painted covers, but this is a little short story by him, 1 page. And of course, this is where Boondoggle got its start. Boondoggle was a kind of a neat comic. Here's Negative Burn number 37, and again by an assortment of artists and writers. Like that cover. Negative Burn 44. Here's Total Eclipse number 2, book 2. I never got book number 1, so again, I haven't read this. But I liked the art, so hung on to it. And this was published sometime in the last century. Like I said, it was published sometime in the last century. August 1988. The Trespassers, number 2. From 1996. And the first story is Facts of Death. That's back when fax machines were a thing. Does anybody even use those anymore? Here's from Triumphant, Unleashed, number 0. This one was free, but it was a collector's. It's part of the collector's universe. It's number 56,020 of only 80,000 copies. So you better rush out and buy, half a dozen of them because nobody else did. I got this in a collection of stuff. I didn't actually order it. Like I said, it came in a collection of comics. I think I paid 25-30 cents a piece for them. Back around 1998. 97 or 98. And this is from 1993. Not bad art. Just didn't go anywhere. Here's Threshold. This is number 12. This is another one of those comics that I wouldn't mind picking up the series. This is from January 1999, and it has that nice, it has a snowman story in it. Shouldn't have shown you that. Might have to try to remember to get rid of that. Tom and Jerry, first issue from Harvey Classics, and this was from 1991. Harvey was trying to make a comeback, and it wasn't that successful because people just weren't buying them. I mean, the only place these went were the comic shops. If they had to put these in big box stores, I'm sure they would have sold like crazy. To be announced. This was from November 1986. This is number 5. Typical small press artwork in it. They tried to be cutting edge. Sometimes they were, sometimes they weren't. But it went at least 5 issues, so that's something. From Eternity Comics, here's Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. I'm not even sure why I still have this, but I'll hang on to it. From February 1990. From London Night, here's Everett Hartsow's Tommy Gun number 3, and this is of course a photo cover of somebody. Hartsow's art was not bad. His storytelling wasn't the best, but his artwork wasn't bad at all. And then my favorite of this batch, Troll Lords number 2 from True Studios. Why this comic never really took off, I don't know. But it did during the time frame that it came out. It was very popular. Nowadays you pick them up pretty cheap. Let's see, 1986. That's number 2. Here's number 4, and I have a couple of copies of that. Interesting how they're different shades of pink on there. Let's see if one's his first print. August 1986. And 1986 doesn't say anything about being a second printing, so they're both part of the same print run. I guess they were just running low on the ink, or they had just refilled the ink for that one of the two. Here's number 5. And number 6, and this one has shiny silver logo. Here from Comico, Troll Lords number 1. And this is from 1988. So they switched companies, but they kept going. And this is the first time it appears in color. And then from Tapestry, I have a couple of Troll Lords number 1. And these went back to black and white. Tapestry was a fun company. They did a lot of different things. And then, of course, the True Studios Troll Lord Special number 1. Jerry's big fun book. Big first anniversary issue. And this is in color from 1987. So this was probably the first color issue, actually, rather than the Comico one. So there you have it. Those are my blasts from the past and things that are in my collection of random stuff. So I guess it's time to get on with the big decision. And what a decision it is. A lot of you like this cover. Some of you like this cover. Some of you were die-hard Ditko fans and love this cover. It's a tough one. I really don't know which one to pick. So we're going to go down with the if these are on the shop, on the comic books, or these are on the rack, and I can only buy one because I only have enough money for one, which one am I going to buy? And that's a really tough decision because all of them are really nice covers. This one has a gag cover. I mean, unless you know Inferior 5, you might pass it up. Because, you know, okay, it's a gag, it's a funny book. Do I really want that? Of course I do, because I love the artwork and I love the series. But I'm going to put this one and say no on this one, even though I really like the cover. Because these two would, if I only had the money for one, that one would not be the one I got. Now this is a first issue. The full power of the invest is unknown, and although it could destroy mankind, I must use it to save my life. Kind of makes you want to read it. Whatever the battleground, whatever the foe, I shall never falter, so swears Red Sonja. Kind of makes you want to read it. Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. Because of who I am and the type of artwork I buy and the type of comics that I'm drawn to, even though when Shade the Changing Man came out, and when I first saw it, I had to get him. I had to have him. Because, well, partially because of Ditko. I think, strictly from a cover buy, I would have to go with Marvel Feature Presents Red Sonja. Beautiful Frank Thorne artwork. It's one of his best covers ever. I would buy that simply because of the cover over the other two. It just jumps out at you. And yeah, that's going to be my cover of the week. Probably not a big surprise. I want to thank Lily for the insight into Frank Thorne's life. A lot of that information I did not know, and I appreciate her sharing it with everybody. So there you go. That's my cover of the week. I guess, let's see, when will I see you? I may be on Mike Rogers' auction on Comic Book Steals and Deals tonight. I do not know. I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm going to do that or not. I will definitely be on tomorrow evening at 9:30 Central for the Collecting Chaos Live with myself, Patrick Murphy, and Horizon Picks. And we may have a special guest. I haven't decided yet. And then Friday, of course, there's Freeform Friday, and you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be interesting, I think. So that's it. Don't forget, before you handle your comics, your collectibles, wash your hands. It's good for your comics. It's good for your health. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.